Good morning, everybody. My name is Chad, and I work here at the library, and we're here to share a story time together. Once again, like we do every day at 10 o'clock. You can see us, we'll be either here in person, sort of, every day, or we'll at least have a video up. And for you parents, you can go to the Marathon County Public Library YouTube page, and we post all of our story times and other projects there as well, so you can see them anytime if you want. So we've got a few stories for you this morning. I'm going to start with one of my favorites, The Monster at the End of This Book, starring lovable, furry old Grover. Hello, everybody, he says. I'm not going to try and do his voice, because Grover has a unique voice, like we all do. So I won't try to repeat it, or sound like him, but it's a fun story. The Monster at the End of This Book. This is a very dull page. What is on the next page? What did that say? On the first page, what did that say? Did that say there will be a monster at the end of this book? It did? Oh, I am so scared of monsters. Shh. Listen, I have an idea. If you do not turn any pages, we will never get to the end of this book. And that is good, because there is a monster at the end of this book. So please do not turn the page. You turn the page! Maybe you do not understand. You see, turning pages will bring us to the end of this book, and there is a monster at the end of this book. But this will stop you from turning the pages. See, I am tying the pages together so that you cannot... You turned another page! You do not know what you are doing to me. Now, stop turning pages. There. I, Grover, am nailing this page to the next one so that you will not be able to turn it. We will not get any closer to the monster at the end of this book. Bing, bang, bonk, conk, clonk. All right. Do you know that every time you turn another page, you only get us closer to the monster at the end of this book? But you make a terrible mess. This will stop you from turning pages, a heavy, thick, solid, strong brick wall. And I would just like to see you try to turn this page. Do you know that you are very strong? Well done. Keep turning pages. The next page is the end of this book, and there is a monster at the end of this book. Oh, I'm so scared. Please do not turn the page. Please, please, please. Well, look at that. This is the end of the book, and the only one here is me. I, lovable, furry old Grover, and the monster at the end of this book. And you were so scared. The end. I told you, and I told you, there was nothing to be afraid of. All right, the monster at the end of this book. Moving on to our second story, we have Dr. Mouse. Lots of people have to go see the doctor these days. So let's see what it's like in Dr. Mouse's office. The pages are kind of small, but you can listen along too, or you can even close your eyes and listen and try to imagine the story on your own. Every morning, when the sun rose over the forest, Dr. Mouse opened the old barn door and carefully hung up his sign, "Consultations from sunrise to sunset." He then straightened up 6 chairs, put on his white coat, laid 3 cushions on a wobbly armchair, and sat down on the top one. This enabled his patients to see him. Dr. Mouse did not have to wait long. The first patient to come flapping into the office, looking very nervous, was a chicken. "Keep calm, Miss Chicken, keep calm," said Dr. Mouse. "Now sit down quietly and wait. Chair number 1, please." "But the sun rose ages ago," squawked the chicken. "Consultations only begin when the 6 chairs are occupied, Miss Chicken." "I've never heard of anything so crazy in all my life. Cluck, cluck. And you've got your coat the wrong way around, Doctor," cackled the chicken. "That's the way it is," said Dr. Mouse. and he took a bite out of his cube of breakfast cheese. Anybody else eating breakfast cheese out there? Maybe. Not long after, the second patient arrived, a dog. Hello, Mr. Dog. So what's wrong with you? You're next in line. Chair number 2, please. The third patient was a bear. Good morning, Mr. Bear. Chair number 3, please. The fourth patient was a rabbit. Come in, no need to be shy. Chair number 4, please. The fifth patient was an owl. Up so early, Miss Owl? Chair number 5, please. Dr. Mouse waited for a while, but chair number 6 remained empty. Well, that's a surprise. There's never been a vacant chair before, said Dr. Mouse. Never mind, the day is still young. We'll begin the consultations all the same. Let's start with you, Miss Chicken. What's the trouble? It's terrible. I'm all aflutter. Can't keep still and simply can't get any sleep. And it's all because of a dreadful ghost. Every night it sits under my bed, moaning and groaning until my head's bursting. But Miss Chicken, there's no such thing as a ghost, said Dr. Mouse. Of course there is. I've seen one with my own eyes. No problem, Miss Chicken, said Dr. Mouse. We'll find a way to deal with it. I just need to have a little think. Let's move on for now. I don't think I know you, Mr. Dog. Of course you know me, Dr. Mouse, snapped the dog. I come to your office every week. If you say so, then it must be true, replied Dr. Mouse. So why have you come this week? I've told you 100 times. I get bored at home. At least I can have a bit of company here. Even before the doctor could say anything, the chicken let out a happy squawk. Then you need a friend, someone like me. The dog looked at the chicken in surprise. You think so? Yeah, well, okay. You can be my friend, and I'll chase your ghost away for you. Excellent, cried Dr. Mouse. I think that solves the problem. Now we come to you, Mr. Wolf. How are your stomach pains today? Bear, not wolf, growled the bear, and my stomach is still hurting. What do you normally eat for breakfast? Asked the doctor. Green cake. And for lunch? Green cake. And for supper? The bear thought for a moment. Green cake. There is nothing better in the whole world. Would you like to try a piece? He pulled out a packet and held a piece of cream cake under Dr. Mouse's whiskers, but the doctor preferred to stick with his cube of cheese. We'll soon find a cure for you, Mr. Bear, but let's have a look at our next patient first. Now then, Miss Rabbit, what's the matter with you? Your cheeks are bright red. Miss Rabbit shuffled awkwardly back and forth on her chair. That is the problem, she whispered. I'm just so shy. That's why I keep going red. But it suits you, Miss Rabbit, said the bear. Really? Miss Rabbit said, turning even redder. Besides, I'm much too small. Nobody ever takes any notice of me. That's not so good, said the bear. A nice little rabbit like you. Listen, I've got an idea. The two of us go out together. Everybody's going to think, she must be a mighty fine rabbit to have such a great big bear for a friend. And if we go through the town on my motorbike together, they'll all be amazed at how brave you are. That would be lovely, whispered the rabbit. And I could cook you a nice, healthy meal of carrot soup with dandelion dumplings and lots of mint tea. The bear wrinkled his nose. But we'll have cream cake for after. Not too much, though, warned Dr. Mouse, shoving another piece of cheese into his mouth. These consultations were hard work, and they made him hungry. Wonderful, another case solved, he said, his cheeks bulging. Your turn, Miss Owl. Tell me all about your troubles. Something's not right with me, Dr. Mouse. The day before yesterday, I didn't recognize my cousin at the top of the pine tree. Yesterday, I flew straight into a tree trunk, and even you look rather blurred as well. Dr. Mouse shined his light into the owl's eyes. It may be, Miss Owl, that you are in need of spectacles. Spectacles? Screeched the owl. I never thought of that. At this moment, a fox came strolling in.
What are you all doing here?
At last, cried Dr. Mouse, clapping his feet with pleasure. The sixth patient, chair number 6, please.
What do you mean, patient? Asked the fox. I've just popped in for a short rest, and also because I'm hungry. Every day I run up and down the mountain 3 times.
Please don't overdo it, Mr. Fox, warned Dr. Mouse. Once up and down the mountain is all you need to stay healthy. And now, would you please keep quiet? The somewhat startled fox bowed his head. The bear generously pushed the last cream cake toward the fox, who was delighted.
I've also brought something nice with me, said the fox.
Out of his backpack, he took an alarm clock, a sun hat, a glove, and a pair of spectacles.
Ah, the pair of spectacles for Miss Owl, cried Dr. Mouse triumphantly. Well, fancy that, screeched Miss Owl. I don't believe it. I can see every hair of your whiskers, Dr. Mouse, and every feather on this chicken. May I keep the spectacles, Mr. Fox? Of course you can. They're of no use to me. Out of sheer joy, Miss Owl kissed Mr. Fox on the cheek. Ouch! Howled the fox. The beak as sharp as that, you shouldn't kiss anybody. Dr. Mouse giggled and gobbled up the last cube of cheese. Isn't it wonderful, my dears? Everybody fit and well again, all bright and cheerful. He yawned. His little eyes became even smaller, and very soon he was happily snoring away in his armchair. Very quietly, the animals left the barn. But no sooner were they outside when they started running and racing, flapping and fluttering around. He's so nice, said the dog. Best doctor in the world, boomed the bear. He always knows what to do. It's just a pity he wears his coat the wrong way around, clucked the chicken. I'll have to come again tomorrow. Otherwise, who's going to tell him? It would be some time before the sun set behind the forest. But if no more patients came, Dr. Mouse would simply be able to go on sleeping. After all, tomorrow is sure to be another busy day. And that, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, friends of all ages, is Dr. Mouse. You know what? I think we've got a few more minutes, so I'll try and run through this one kind of quick. It's a good one for spring. It's called the Scarecrow. You ever heard of a scarecrow? They sit out in the field all day and try to scare the crows and other birds from eating crops. Autumn sunshine, haystacks rolled, scarecrow guards the fields of gold. No one enters, no one dares. Scarecrow stands alone and scares the fox and deer, the mice and crows. It's all he does, it's all he knows. He never rests, he never bends. He's never had a single friend, for all the woodland creatures know not to mess with the old scarecrow. Winter whispers, velvet snows, scarecrow has no place to go. He dreams of what the spring will bring, of buds and blooms, and things that sing. Then something drops from midair, a small scared crow lying there. Broken nest, broken wing. Scarecrow does the strangest thing. He snaps his pole, bends down low, saves the tiny baby crow. He tucks him near his heart of hay. He lets him sleep. He lets him stay. He doesn't stop to wonder why. He sings the sweetest lullaby. Safe and warm the nestling mends. These two make the oddest friends. But friends they are, right from the start. The crow will grow in Scarecrow's heart, and he will peek out at the farm, and he will perch on Scarecrow's arm, and they will laugh and wish on the stars, forgetting who they really are. For crows are birds, and birds must fly. The fledgling spreads his wings to try. He dips, then soars, and caws out loud. Scarecrow cheers, pleased and proud. But as he watches, Scarecrow knows that he must stay, and Crow must go. Summer sunshine. Autumn chill. Snowflakes make it colder still. No one visits, no one cares. Scarecrow sags alone and stares. Broken heart, broken hole. Nothing fills the empty hole. Then something drops from midair, a large black crow standing there. Scarecrow's arms open wide. Crow spreads his wings and swoops inside. Joyful hearts, brimming hold, a friend will mend a broken pole, and he will spruce up matted hay, and he will say, I'm here to stay. Winter's over, springtime's due. Is there enough room for two? Flowers blooming, fields of green, 5 small eggs are tucked unseen. Scarecrow guards them, for he knows that soon they will be baby crows. And he will love them from the start, and they will grow up in his heart. And they will peep and perch and play and make him happy every day. And as the seasons come and go, they will love their dear Scarecrow. The end. Well, thank you all for joining us today. Hope you enjoyed the stories, and join us again tomorrow at 10 o'clock right here. See you then. Have a nice day, everybody.